as the political terrain in Nigeria shifts and continues to sway. The spotlight has actually turned to former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi, whose potential move from the Labour Party to the Social Democratic Party has sparked fervent discussions across the nation. Now, recent statements from key political figures have only not added fuel to speculations, creating a dramatic backdrop for Nigeria's ever-evolving political theatre. I'm Odiawa AI and the show is still Viewpoint. Join us shortly. Welcome back to the show. Like always, I'm Odiawa AI. Now, in an electrifying development that could reshape the Nigerian political theater, conversations were underway involving some of the nation's prominent figures. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, an ex-presidential candidate from the Labour Party, were reportedly in talks to join the Social Democratic Party. Nowhere without an alliance, we should see. Now, this revelation should actually come directly from Adebayo of the SDP, a former Social Democratic Party presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, who had opened the floodgates on the ongoing political maneuvering. Now, in an exclusive interview on a televised show a few weeks back, Adebayo expressed a sense of optimism and enthusiasm about the influx of new members into the SDP. Might we recall an influential figure such as El-Rufai has presently, as we speak, joined the SDP. People are joining my party. Now, these are the words of Adebayo. People are joining my party and we are welcoming them, he actually stated or declared. Now, showcasing his active role in the party's expansion, the recent addition from a former governor, like I said earlier on, El-Rufai, previously aligned with the APC, has further fueled speculations about the SDP's growing influence. Now, what is going to speak now as the tides will continue to turn is what we keep our fingers crossed about. Adebayo not only will shy away from discussing the challenges that come with the welcoming new members, but the only little issue we have with some of them to change the culture where if you have not been in an environment where rules are taken seriously, he cautioned. Now, might we recall each political party, or might we advise ourselves politically speaking, each political party has its own ideology. Now, will the ideology of these decampees or people who have actually left their political parties still be stuck, or will they find themselves still stuck in former political ideologies upon coming on board the SDP? Now, the SDP is committed to maintaining a disciplined environment, distancing itself from Adebayo, who is referred to as Boy Scouts or black market operations. His commitment to integrity and transparency is evident as he articulates the standards expected of new entrants. When pressed about the potential membership of Obi, the former Anambra State Governor, Adebayo was somewhat circumspect, supposedly until somebody joins. We don't know, he said. Now, it's a case of placing himself in sitting on the fence, let me put it that way. Now, adding, but people who have told me that they are talking. This ambiguity only adds to the intrigue as political observers speculate about the implications of such high-profile additions such as Peter Obi to the SDP. Adebayo further emphasized that once these leaders join, now I'm not just restricting it to Peter Obi, but also Atiku Abubakar, who has actually lost, I would say, thousands of his followers to the APC. Now, Adebayo emphasized that once these leaders join, the SDP must avoid becoming a Tower of Babel, now referring it to the biblical phrase here. He reiterated the importance of adhering to parties' established rules and practices, which have garnered respect within the political arena. Now, in 2022, the SDP convention noted was a shining example of transparency and order, free from disputes and allegations of often plague political gatherings. Now, if they can stick to our culture and follow our way of doing things in the SDP and produce a good alternative Nigerian, Adebayo will confidently state that we are going to manifestly defeat the APC. How far is that going to be now, or is it going to be a far cry? We keep our fingers crossed. And retire President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Lagos or wherever he chooses in Nigeria. Now, these are sarcastic times if we borrow from that statement from Adebayo. Now, the prospect of Atiku and Obi joining the SDP has actually sent shockwaves through the political fabric in Nigeria. Now, if these discussions culminate in their official membership, it could herald a significant realignment of political allegiances, challenging the status quo dominated by the incumbent ruling APC. Now, as we await further developments, one thing should paramountly be clear. The SDP is positioning itself, as we see from statements from Adebayo, just to mention a few, as a formidable contender. Now, can Adebayo and his party rise to the occasion and provide the much-needed alternative for the Nigerian electorate? Only time will tell.
At Veegil Limited, we believe in more than just words. We create platforms that empower. We design tools that transform. We amplify voices that matter. From election monitoring to digital media, from technological innovation to real-world solutions, we are reimagining the future today. Veegil Limited, the bridge between technology, the media, and impact into a new world order. With captivating stories and state-of-the-art fusion, Veegil brings you a sneak preview into tomorrow today. Veegil, the change the world needs, now and always.
You're welcome back once again. Now, still on the SDP, Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar saga based on an alliance. Now, in a dramatic turn of events in Nigerian politics, Yunusa Tanko, the interim national coordinator of the Obedient Movement worldwide, made it unequivocally clear that Peter Obi, the former governor of Anambra State and the Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate, remains a committed member of the Labour Party. Now, it therefore means that joining the SDP, therefore means rumors have actually been wagging their ugly tongues, making the rounds. Now, this statement comes amid swelling rumors and claims from the SDP suggesting that Obi is in discussions to join the SDP ranks. Now, speaking on a televised show, Tanko addressed the assertion made by SDP's 2023 flag bearer, Adebowale Adebayo, who claimed that Obi and former President Atiku Abubakar were in talks to switch allegiances to the SDP. Now, in his words, as far as I'm concerned, His Excellency Peter Obi is a member of the Labour Party. It remains so until when there is any other thing that may come up. Now, Tanko firmly stated, putting to rest and doubts about Obi's current standing with the party. Now, this drama escalated as the SDP's National Secretary Olu Ogunloye previously suggested that Obi supporters were lobbying to bring him into the party ahead of the next election. Now, this speculation has stirred a significant amount of discussion within political circles, but Tanko's assertions appear to counter these narratives decisively. Now, in the wake of the Supreme Court ruling that has ruled or resulted in the removal of Julius Abure as the Labour Party national chairman, Tanko hinted at forthcoming announcements from the Labour Party leadership that will clarify party stance and future directions. Now, in his words, as I speak to you right now, there is going to be a meeting possibly within the week by the leaders of the party to make fundamental positions clear to everyone. Tanko actually revealed. Now, in furtherance to that, actually, this will align with the position of the Supreme Court ruling, which will, of course, put the whole matter to rest. Now, in my opinion, as the nation braces up for the 2027 elections, political alliances or allegiances are becoming a hot topic, and the potential for the inter-party coalition actually will continue to loom large. Why? Because they aim ultimately to unseat the APC. The atmosphere has grown tenser since Thursday, March 2025 to be specific, when opposition leaders, including Atiku and Obi and former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, announced a coalition aimed at unseating the APC, like I said earlier on. Now, with accusations of economic mismanagement, soaring inflation, and an unprecedented cost of living crisis, the coalition is actually banking on the substantial electorate support garnered by Atiku and Obi in the 2023 polls, whether they are finished or whether they become second or third respectively. Now, the political theater in Nigeria is shifting, and actions of key figures like Peter Obi and the dynamics of our party affiliations will play a crucial role in shaping the political future of Nigeria, the electorate, and the candidates, all inclusively speaking. Now, as the Labour Party prepares for critical decisions that could redefine its trajectory, all eyes will be on the upcoming meetings and announcements that promise to clarify or make clear its position in this ever-evolving political narrative. Join us shortly in the next phase of the show as we look into the recent happenings in the Anambra State, counting down to the gubernatorial elections come November 8, 2025. Join us shortly. I'm Odiawa AI. You're welcome back to the show. The show is Viewpoint, where we discover perspectives and embrace dialogue. And I'm your host, Odiawa AI. Now, moving further to the next phase of the show, as the clock ticks down to November 8, 2025, the political theater or arena in Anambra State is rapidly evolving, marked by fierce competition and strategic alliances. The forthcoming governorship elections promises to be a battleground of ideologies, not just ideologies, but aspirations and political ambitions, judging from the heavyweights in which we see. With just months to go, the stakes have never been higher. George Muoghalu clinching the Labour Party gubernatorial ticket, Prince Nicholas Nwachukwu securing 1,455 votes to clinch the APC ticket for the Anambra State Guber elections, and extraordinarily, all 21 councils have actually united behind the incumbent Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA. Now, it therefore rings or resounds that a political showdown is actually going to take place. Join us shortly. I'm still your host, Odiawa AI.
At Veegil Limited, we believe in more than just words. We create platforms that empower. We design tools that transform. We amplify voices that matter. From election monitoring to digital media, from technological innovation to real-world solutions, we are reimagining the future today. Veegil Limited, the bridge between technology, the media, and impact into a new world order. With captivating stories and state-of-the-art fusion, Veegil brings you a sneak preview into tomorrow today. Veegil, the change the world needs, now and always.
Now, as the date for the Anambra governorship election inches close, the political arena is heating up with fierce competition and dramatic developments. Scheduled for November 8, 2025, this election is shaping or gearing up to be one of the most crucial elections the state has ever had in the history of Anambra State. With the stakes, sparking up like fireworks, candidates are preparing for an intense battle of the hearts and minds of the Anambra electorate. In significant turn of events, George Muoghalu has officially clinched the governorship ticket for the Labour Party. Now, his victory in the primaries marks a critical moment for the Labour Party as it seeks to make substantial inroads into a political arena traditionally dominated by other parties. Muoghalu, a seasoned political figure, is expected to leverage his experience and grassroots connections to rally support across the state. His campaign is actually poised to focus on youth empowerment, economic development, and tackling the present or pressing issues that face Anambra today. Muoghalu's rise within the Labour Party reflects a growing desire among the electorate to fresh perspectives and innovative solutions to the myriad challenges facing the state. His supporters argue that his leadership style and commitment to public service resonates with the needs and aspirations of Anambra's citizens. Now, as the election date approaches, the question remains, can Muoghalu transform his vision into reality and secure the trust of the voters? Now, meanwhile, the APC, the All Progressives Congress, has also made headlines within the emergence of Prince Nicholas Nwachukwu as its gubernatorial candidate. Nwachukwu, a prominent businessman and political stalwart, is seen as a formidable opponent. His entry into the race adds another layer of complexity to an already competitive field, with a campaign built on promises of infrastructural development and investment in the state's agricultural sector. Ukachukwu is determined to position himself as the candidate of change and progress, of course, as the mantra of the APC would actually state. With a wealth of experience in governance, a clear political strategy, the APC candidate Ukachukwu is positioning himself as a candidate who can bridge divides and foster unity across party lines. His supporters are optimistic that he can actually bring about the much-needed transformation within Anambra State, focusing on infrastructural development, education, and healthcare reforms. As he prepares to take on the rivals from the Labour Party and APGA, the question will actually continue to loom large. Can Ukachukwu galvanize enough support to turn his political ambitions into reality? Reality right here is the key word. Now, in a stunning display of unity, all 21 local councils in Anambra have rallied behind incumbent Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, former CBN governor. This unprecedented support from the local councils underscores Soludo's popularity and the confidence that the local leaders have in his administration. With his focus on economic revitalization and educational reforms, Soludo aims to continue his vision for Anambra and further solidify his legacy. The backing from local councils signifies a collective endorsement that could prove crucial as the election approaches. Soludo's tenure has been marked by a focus on economic growth and stability, and his campaign is expected to highlight the achievements of governance, which of course should be his selling ticket. With the backing of local councils, Soludo is strategically positioning or has positioned to leverage grassroots support, which could be crucial in the upcoming elections. However, the question remains, can he maintain the momentum against formidable challengers from the Labour Party and the APC? Now, as the campaigns gain momentum, the atmosphere will be charged with anticipations as to who will clinch the #1 seat in Anambra State. Voters are eager for change, yet they are also mindful of the current administration's achievements. The juxtapositions of Muoghalu's fresh perspectives, Ukachukwu's business acumen, Soludo's established governance presents a vibrant tapestry of choices for the electorate. Each candidate brings distinctive visions and strategies that will undoubtedly influence the political discourse within the weeks leading up to the elections. The upcoming debates and rallies will serve as critical platforms for candidates to articulate their visions and engage with the electorate. Issues such as security, economic growth, and education will dominate discussions as the clock ticks down come November 8, 2025, as voters seek answers and solutions to the challenges facing Anambra. As we count down to the elections, the excitement will be palpable. Alliances forming as candidates vie for support of the people. The Anambra Guba elections is not just a contest of personalities, but a referendum for future directions of the state. That will be all on Viewpoint, where we discover perspectives and embrace dialogue. I've been your host, Odiawa AI. Thanks for watching.